everybody, we're the Ohio Guys. Welcome to another edition of Voice of the Voices. I'm Ansel Young, and we're coming to you from Anime Central. And today, I'm joined by the lovely
Sandy Fox.
How are you doing today, Sandy?
I'm doing great. This is an awesome con. It's just so many fans, and it's just such a great place to be. I love being with the fans. As a voice actor, we work in a booth by ourselves, so this is like really the special part of working in the industry, getting out and being with the fans.
So let's start off with, what is it like working in the industry today?
Today, because of the internet, it's the industry's really changed. I mean, we're getting to do so many more things, and we do a lot of our auditions from home. So, and you can get jobs like in other places, you know, around the world where maybe you weren't able to before. But, and I love that anime has really risen to the forefront of the entertainment industry, where when I started in the early 90s, it was kind of an underground movement. Mm-hmm. So that's really exciting. And mainstream animation as well. It's just like there's production companies all over the world producing now. So it's the industry's really like expanded, not just in Hollywood, but you know, become a global industry. And so there's a lot more opportunities for jobs and for voiceover roles, but also at the same time, you've just expanded the database of actors. So right. Yeah, but I love that we're now doing more projects that are more international and global.
Okay. So I know you've worked on quite a bit, and this question's quite hard for most actors. What are some of the favorite roles you've had or worked on? And I know a lot of people say it's hard, kind of like picking their own kid.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to pick that one favorite. I will say it's an anime that some people maybe have not heard of. It's called Risky Safety, and I really enjoyed playing Risky. I mean, she was kind of like, Risky and Safety were like kind of the good and bad little angels on your shoulder, and Michelle Ruff played Safety, and I played Risky. And Risky went through her own, catharsis where she had to be the bad, the negative, but she also, some part of her wanted to be good, and that was struggling, kind of like that Gollum, it was a constant struggle. So I really enjoyed recording that role, even though it was an anime a lot of people haven't heard of. I love playing those positive, love and justice flan. Yeah. So, and Chobits, really cute, fun, lovable, just characters that are all about love and joy in the world. And that's just a reflection of how I am as a person. I really like, doing things that come from the heart and working on projects that are heart-based. So those characters are really fun to play. But I'm having a great time right now working on Sailor Moon and playing Chibiusa and Black Lady. Okay. So those two characters are so different, and the spectrum of who she is, light and dark. So I'm getting the best of both in this show.
Talking about some of the shows you just brought up, Chobits, what was it like working on that?
Oh, I love Chobits. It was just fun. It was just pure go in the studio and play. My character, Sumomo, was, the little PDA and the wake-up alarm, and, she's wakey, wakey, and so everything was just fun and light, and just, it was really fun show. Yeah, it was one of those jobs where you go to work and you just get to be a kid and play.
And another show you brought up, Sailor Moon, what was it like working on that?
Well, I've just started. We're almost finished with the first classic, and I haven't started working on Sailor Moon Crystal yet. But so I'm just in episode 88, where she is transforming from Black Lady back into herself. So it's amazing. We have an incredible director, Susie Goldish, and the character of Chibiusa is just on this journey, this evolutionary journey, and I know there's so much more coming up, but it's really one of the greatest roles for me personally that is really stretching me as an actor. And so that's what I love, is that challenge, going into the studio and wanting to bring more than I have in the past.
You also worked on Ghost in the Shell. What was it like working on that?
Well, I worked on Ghost in the Shell. It was in the early 90s, and I was a Tachikoma, so that was really fun. And I worked with a group of women. We kind of all did the show together. There were several Tachikomas that were like Bato's favorite, Tachikomas, but I didn't really realize the impact of Ghost in the Shell till even, recently. But it was great to be a part of that show. Most importantly, working with Kevin Seymour, who I mentioned in the press room, is one of the most important people in bringing anime to the United States. And working with him as director, working with Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. She was also directing some of the episodes back then. And it's so exciting to see the evolution of those shows. Like now, Hollywood's going to make a movie, Ghost in the Shell. So, yeah, it was fun. I loved working at that studio, ZRO. There were just so many projects that came out of there that really had such an impact on the anime industry.
Okay. Now, if you could play any of the characters that you played in real life, who would it be? And feel free to mix and match some of the characteristics of multiple characters that you played.
Let's see. I would probably play Fallen Angel Flan, Love and Justice Flan, mixed with Chibiusa's powers and her future powers, and just really spread love. And of course, I'd have to have Luna P with me, but really just spread love and joy, just like activate the hearts of the planet, so that we're just a more joyful, peaceful planet, and we're not doing the things that are creating wars and degradation of our earth. So love and justice, Flan, and Chibiusa love, and just spreading love and joy. But I actually feel like, in a way, I have a nonprofit called the Love Planet Foundation, and go into schools and educate kids on the environment. And sometimes it can be so overwhelming, like what's happening in the world, in reality. And I do feel like, in a way, that it just kind of recently came to me this year that, because I thought, well, I'm just, voicing characters on TV shows. I'm not making a difference. I'm not out there, changing the world. And, I really do feel like, looking at Facebook, you see, like, all the horrible things that are happening on the planet, and then you see like a cute little cat, video, and and it warms your heart and it opens your heart. And I really feel like cuteness can heal the world, and like we just have to touch people in the heart, and that's gonna make a big difference. And we're just gonna bring people out of here and out of back into their heart. So I do feel like I'm doing a part by voicing these cute, lovable characters, and that are just really warming people and bringing joy.
So, lastly, not lastly, my mistake. Is there anything you'd like to talk about that you recently worked on or that's recently been announced?
I think the biggest show I mentioned I played the role of Mina in Naruto. I don't know if that episode is aired yet, but I was really exciting, because earlier in the Naruto series I did Mommy G, and so it was really great to get called back to do Mina, because she was so involved in that last big character arc. And Sailor Moon, of course. There's just so much more Sailor Moon coming up, so I'm super excited to be a part of the show and to be out reaching more people and talking about it, and yeah.
And lastly,
do
you have any social media networks or Twitter or Facebook, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I have a Sandy Fox page. I also have a Betty Boop page. I've voiced Betty Boop since '91. But come visit me at Sandy Fox World on Twitter. So that's where I can interact with people and share pictures, and I love to talk to people on Twitter when I have time. So at Sandy Fox World.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us today, Sandy.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great.
I'm Ansel.
And I'm Sandy Fox.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.